Call Her Mommy, the MILF Manifesto, where motherhood is messy, MILFs are unhinged, and naps are a fantasy. Welcome to motherhood.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to Call Her Mommy, the MILF Manifesto. From the unglamorous rebirth of a hot mess mom to becoming a MILF in more ways than one. I am your host, Courtney Zobri, and I am so excited for this to be actually happening, for it to be like literally real. Like I'm sitting here doing the damn thing. So I've always wanted to do a podcast. I actually did one. It never went anywhere. Like I did like an episode and I was like, okay, like 8 years ago. But it like, there was no point to it. So this podcast I feel super passionate about because it's all about motherhood, and being the hot mess mom, raw, real, vulnerable, all the things. And then kind of trying to find ourselves after we have babies. So yeah, let's get into it. So today's episode is going to be activating our MILF mode. Duh. Now, when we hear MILF, we think, or at least I always thought, was like a hot ass woman who was a mom in like tight clothes, tight jeans, Botoxed up, all the things. But now I know motherhood is so much different. It's literally trying to pee alone. It is hiding your own stash of crackers or snacks where your children can't find them. And possibly crying in the shower because it's the possibly only time you get to yourself. But in actuality, we can't even shower alone. So this is where we embrace the hot mess momness, like being a hot mess, being raw, being vulnerable, the madness, the frustration, and the rage cleaning, and the Amazon shopping at 2 a.m. So welcome to Call Her Mommy, the MILF Manifesto. So like I said, today's episode is just kind of touching base on what activating your MILF mode is. Now, I have mom brain. I have a toddler and I have a newborn so I have a 2-year-old and almost a 5-month-old. 2 boys. I love them dearly, but I am in the throes of my second postpartum. Hence why I have the slick back bun, because my hair loss is ridiculous. If you are a mom, you know the postpartum hair loss is real. And it's always like here and here. And I have dark hair. So like when you see like the thinning and stuff, I'm like, ew. So hence the slicked back bun, like my style, especially for the summer. Also like the comfort of matching sets because you're comfortable. You look cute, but like you can get away with it. So yeah, I have, like I was saying, clearly mom brain. I have my iPad over here with like my show notes because I know that I will get so sidetracked, so distracted and just go off on tangents. So I have it here because my goal is to not keep this podcast episode or like all my episodes super long because moms don't have time for that shit. We're lucky we can actually listen to a podcast. So my goal is to keep it 30 to 45 minutes. So today's episode shouldn't be too long, but who knows? So yeah, there's that. So if you see me like pushing this or whatever, it's just me trying to stay focused and all the things. I do have to tell you guys, I am podcasting from my kids' playroom. I kid you not. I have a trampoline, a ball pit, a slide, all the toys, all the blocks. And to be honest, I didn't even clean it. Like, we're just lucky that the couch was clean this morning. So it is what it is. Also, this is our old couch, hence why it's in the playroom. So stains are probably on here from the dog, from the baby, from the toddler, milk stains, spit up stains. Who the hell knows? But that's the whole point of this podcast is I'm coming to you real. Like, I'm not going to filter it. I'm not going to like sugarcoat anything. I'm coming to you like in the full throes of motherhood. I do have to tell you a funny story. I almost divorced my husband many times with the children. Really, not really, but possibly, because we got into a fight over who was going to wake up in the middle of the night and change the baby. Like literally at like 2 a.m. one night. And this has happened more than once. I will not lie. Like we got into like legit fights at like 2 a.m. because it was like, you feed him. No, you feed him. Or you change him. No, you change him. Literally. And I'd be like, I'm going to suffocate you in the middle of the fucking night. What? Sleep with one eye open, mother effer. So that's a story that I'm so sure so many of you can relate to. But what I really want to talk about is like MILF myth busting. So when we think MILF, we think of the mom I like to fuck, right? Now, I'm not saying that that's inaccurate because like we all want to be that mom. But it's more than that. It's about finding ourselves. It's about finding the freedom. It's about wanting to run away. It's about all the feelings that we're too afraid to talk about or other people are too afraid to talk about. And I'm just going to let it all out here. So buckle up, bitches, because mommy's got a mic. Okay, so how many of us live in sweats? I just realized my drink matches my sweats. Like, there are so many times I want to put on a cute outfit, but thinking during pregnancy and postpartum, like your body has changed, so clothes don't fit the same way, and sweats just slap. Like they hit differently because they're comfy, because they're roomy, because they give, and you're just much more comfortable. So I don't care what you say. Find a cute workout, or not a workout set. Ew, no. Find a cute sweat set and put it on because you can look cute and comfy. Slick back bun, throw a little makeup on if you want, or just some good skincare, and you're going to feel like a total MILF. Now, the whole idea of losing yourself in motherhood is so freaking real. I remember when I had my first son, and like when you have your first kid, like you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You're kind of like, all right, I think this is what we should be doing, but you may be asking for help. You might not be asking for help. But it is wild how you just don't feel like yourself. We have to remember there's a mosquito. Mom brain. See, this is why I have my iPad to stay focused. Fuck, what was I saying? See, you guys. Oh my God. So losing yourself in motherhood, losing myself in my thoughts, is wild because we have to remember we were a whole ass woman before we became a mom. Think back to you. Now, I'm sure many of us like really think back to like who we were before we had kids. And a lot of us might miss that person or that version of ourselves. We don't have to miss like the whole part, but we could miss moments or pieces of ourselves. Like I remember after I had my first son, I missed like my body beforehand because I had been really fit. I was super healthy. I was really fit because I had been sweating for my wedding, and I got pregnant a month after my wedding. Like, kid you not, within a month I was like pregnant. So I really missed that healthy fitness aspect of myself. And when I was going through everything, the hormones, I just didn't feel like myself because it was all these changes, the mental changes, the physical changes, the hormones, like it was wild. And you just don't know who you are anymore. And like you're lashing out or you're crying or you're freaking out and you don't know why. It's just happening. And your husband or your wife or your partner or whoever you're with is kind of like, I don't know what to do. So I feel for us, but I also feel for our partners in that as well. Because it's just a wild, bumpy adventure and like nobody knows what the hell is happening. But yeah, when you lose yourself, like it takes a while to come back. And I remember seeing all the stats of like, it takes, now don't quote me because I don't have the actual facts in front of me, but it's like 2 years to get your body back or like your hormones regulated or your mind right. Or it's like, it takes quite a few, like multiple years to like get yourself back. And really, are you fully like back to your old self? or do you want to be? Because not that it's like not a bad version of yourself, it's just a different version. So like, yes, I miss pieces of myself from before I was a mom, but I wouldn't change being a mom for anything. Like, I love my boys more than anything. I love being a mom. But I think what I miss the most is like the freedom and the independence. Because when you think about it, like, you can't do anything, especially in the throes of like where I'm at. Like, my kids are 2 and 5, like almost 5 months. So like, I'm home with them. Like, yes, we have help with my parents and my in-laws and my husband. Like, we all kind of help. But like, I remembered actually last night, I asked my husband, our toddler was asleep and our infant was still awake. Because he had napped earlier, and I was like, can I shower? And in my head, I'm like, why the fuck am I asking for permission to shower? But that's what I miss. Like, just being able to do what I wanted, not having to worry about, okay, is this child taken care of? Is this child have what they need? Or like, oh, I can't go just pick up and leave and do whatever I want because of nap time or lunchtime or whatever. And like, that's what I miss. And I think that's the piece that a lot of us miss, because like, that's the piece that like we don't really get back, of that freedom and the independence, because it's not just about us anymore. We have people to take care of and put before ourselves. And that, not that I'm saying I was like super selfish, but like, I had selfish tendencies. I'll be the first to admit it. I was selfish at times. And when you're a mom, like, you can't be selfish because you can't put yourself first. It has to be your children first. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. Like, they should be a priority. It's just that independence of like being able to just do whatever the hell you wanted and not having to be like, oh, I got to make sure I have a sitter, or can the kids come, or we got to change the time because of nap time. So it's that piece that I think is the piece that so many of us miss, me especially. And I think there's been many moments where I'm like, you know what? I look in the mirror and I'm like, I feel good today, or not feeling the best. And it's like the moment that you look at yourself and you're kind of like, I miss the power that I used to have. So that's kind of what this whole podcast is about. It's going to be funny. It's going to be raw. It's going to be vulnerable. It's real, uncensored, unfiltered, but also like the whole point is like, we're not just moms. We're still women. We're still badass. We're still beautiful inside and out. And it's about reclaiming our identities again in this new version of ourselves and in this new chapter of our lives. So that's the whole piece of it, where we're going to talk about so many things, from like the mental health aspect, the physical pieces, the pieces where you're like, I love my kids, but I want to run away. Or you're so annoyed with your partner that you're like, I might kill you in your sleep tonight. I don't know. So it's all of that. And there's so much that we all feel, but we're too ashamed or too scared or too worried about what others are going to say. So we don't voice it. We just keep it locked up in ourselves or keep it locked in our heads. But like, this is a safe space. We're going to say it all. All those thoughts and feelings you're feeling, we're going to bring it out in here. So I know I mentioned this before, but we're going to have relatable rants on here. So one rant I want to talk about, is the permission that we have to ask for like going to the bathroom alone or showering. So like, why do I have to ask permission to pee alone? Why is there always a child in the bathroom with me or banging on the door wanting to get in? Like, I think I can count on my hand the number of times I've peed alone when my children are home. Or I'm not like, I'll be out in a minute, baby. I'm like rushing because you're like, I need to avoid this meltdown. Like, it's not worth it to me. So like, why? But like, let me ask you guys this. And I will make jokes about my husband. I say them to his face. I have like the hiccups. That was weird. But I love him. He is a phenomenal dad. He's a phenomenal husband, phenomenal partner, all the things. But I will rip on him and I will roast him. So don't get it wrong. But like, I think it's different for men. And I'm not saying like men specific, like, because I don't want you to think like, oh, it's men and women, whatever. Like, I think it's stereotypically men are like, it's different for them. They don't carry the children. And I've talked to this about with my dad, my father-in-law, my husband, my brother-in-law, like all like these guys, like it's different for men when babies are really little. We've had the conversation where like the toddler age is much more entertaining. I actually had this conversation with one of my husband's friends the other day at a party. He was like, I love kids, but like, girl, that baby stage, that's all you, girl. Like toddler era, that's my favorite. Because he's like, you can do stuff with them. They can communicate. They can play. You can throw them around. He's like, but I hold a baby and I'm like frozen. I don't know what to do. And I feel like when I gave birth, it was so different with my mom, my mother-in-law, me, like with moms. They just wanted to hold the baby. Oh, can I feed him? Can I change him? All the things. Whereas like guys were kind of like, oh, I'll just watch from afar, or I'll kind of hold him for a second and then I'll give him back. Or he starts to cry, hey, he's all yours. But then once they become older, it's different. So I think they just don't understand. It's like a different mentality, because like women are on like maternity leave, so we're home with those babies, we're going through all the changes again, the hormones, everything, and then our partners are out probably back at work after their paternity leave, and they have that freedom and they get to leave the house. And I remember being like, I'm powerless in this situation because I can't leave. I had 2 C-sections. One was scheduled and one was an emergency. And I remember being like, I can't really move. I can't drive. I'm kind of like trapped. Not that my husband wasn't around at the beginning to help, but like there were times like he had to go do stuff, or he had to go to the store, and I'd be home with the baby and I'd be like, I'm jealous of him that he gets to leave. And that, I think, was the moment where I was like, you know what? It's time I reclaim myself as a mother. So that's where the MILF Manifesto was kind of born, because it's not just about the mom I'd like to fuck. It's about the mom I'd like to find again, the mother who is looking for freedom. There's so many different aspects of it that we're going to kind of like include every episode. But if you can think of any phrases that can kind of go with the acronym MILF, I'd love to hear them. So make sure you drop them or tag them in the comments or tag me or whatever. Make sure I can see them, because then I can feature them in the next episodes. But I'm trying to think. We've all hit rock bottom, probably more than once. And there have been times where I have spiraled and just gone down that rabbit hole, and the hormones don't help. If you know, you know. So I remember, now, hold on, this one needs a sip. I remember rage texting my husband one time because he was at work. And my husband's a real estate broker, so he's out selling houses, doing the damn thing. I was home with the baby. I think it was, no, this has happened more than once. So the one I can really think of is he was out at work. I was home with the baby, and I spiraled. I was like, how do I know that you're at work? I don't think I used the word hate. I think I was like, why do you get to go to work and I can't? And he's like, bitch, you're on maternity leave. You just got cut open. Like, girl. But I was like rage texting, and like he just kind of let it go, and he was like very supportive, because he knew. He was like, okay, here comes the hormones, here comes the rage, out of nowhere. But I was just pissed because he could leave. So this goes back to that independence and that freedom that I didn't have. I was stuck with a newborn, And I use that term loosely because like I love my babies, but it was like I felt trapped. Like I just wanted to get out and see people and like not be covered in spit up or milk or like leaking from everywhere. Like I was over it. And I just wanted to feel pretty. And I probably had like spit up in my hair. My hair was a mess. I probably hadn't showered. Like, who knows? But I was at like a low point. And I just remember being like, how do I know you're at work? You could say you're going to meet with clients and you're going to play golf. You're going to do whatever. And then like the rage or the spiraling comes where you're second guessing yourself because you look in the mirror and you see somebody who you don't recognize and you're worried your partner's going to go out and cheat. Now, it could happen, but in my case, I was like, I knew he was at work. But illogically, I was like, where are you? What are you doing? And he was like, girl, I'm with clients. So that's the hard part of like when you have those spiraling moments and the breakdowns and the meltdowns, because like you could be sitting in the Target parking lot crying right now because you didn't get the brand of diapers you wanted or the wipes you wanted, or because you want an outfit and it just doesn't fit right. There have been times where I was melting down in the Target dressing room with the babies in the dressing room because I just didn't look good in the clothes that I wanted. And that sucks because you're used to a body that you're not in anymore, which is really, really hard. So that brings us to reclaiming. Oh my God, my iPad almost fell off the freaking couch. That comes to reclaiming our MILF energy. So I actually have to scroll because one of the notes that I added, I put at the end, and God only knows where it is on this iPad. But today's episode, the MILF we're going to talk about is the mom I'd like to find again. Okay. So if you're a first time mom, second time mom, 10th time mom, wherever you are in motherhood, this is about finding yourself again. So it's just rebranding MILF and what it stands for. Yes, we all want to be the mom that looks good, feels good, has that confidence, has that swag, but it's finding yourself again. And that's the whole point, is rediscovering the confidence, rediscovering this new version of you, embracing the messiness, embracing the chaos, and thriving in it. So think, what makes you confident? What made you confident before you became a mom? Can that still make you confident now as a mom? Is it putting on a cute sweat set? Plug. Is it putting on a cute comfy lounge set or sweat set? Is it throwing on some makeup? Is it investing in good skincare? Is it getting your hair done, getting your nails done, getting a massage once you're cleared? Like, what is it that's going to make you feel good, but also kind of bring that spark back? Is it, going to a workout class? Is it working out from home? Is it going for a walk? I also think we need to bring back hot moms walks. So maybe we'll be doing that. Yeah, I think I like that. Ooh, sorry, mom brain. But yeah, so like, what is it that's going to bring back that confident you that you probably haven't felt in so long? So let me know what the confidence pieces that you have that you've either experienced or want to try. Now, for me, this latest postpartum, the thing that's really kind of brought me back is going to barre classes. Like, I love working out. Like I said, I was super fit. I was always a gym person. I was a collegiate athlete. I did a lot of like the home workouts. But I needed somebody to like push me, because I was doing the home workouts, but I was like, oh, well, I have the baby here, and like, oh, I could do this. So when I was home, I was just kind of scatterbrained. But like going to a class, sticking to something, showing up, and being with other women really brought this confidence back, really kind of like brought this new spark. I feel better. I look better. The weight is coming off. My body's kind of slowly coming back. Not that I don't think it'll ever be the way it was, because how could it be? I've carried 2 children back to back, basically. But like, it's just kind of reclaiming this mother in me that it's the new me, right? So it's the new mom that I'm finding again, and just like, like, hey, my life is chaos. It's messy. It's crazy. It's busy, but there's this little sliver of time that I have for me, and it's something I look forward to. It's something I know I'll feel better after doing. I feel stronger. I feel healthier. And I feel like a fucking badass. So, what is it that's going to bring you up, that's going to level you up, bring you more confidence, bring you that MILF energy? Like, what is it? Ask yourself right now, what is it? What are you looking to do? What do you want to do? Go do it. What's holding you back? Literally, what's holding you back from going to do it? What's holding you back from getting, out and pushing play on a workout or attending a free class or whatever? Like, get out there and do it. And being a MILF isn't about looking hot. Yeah, that's a bonus, but it's about feeling good. It's about the inner coming to the outer. So it's about feeling like a badass even when you're covered in spit up and you are probably functioning on like 3 hours of sleep, and you're also reheating dino nuggets, and you probably haven't had a coffee in hours because when you made it, a kid needed you. So it's about finding who you are in the chaos and thriving in the chaos, and understanding that you're not alone, because you're not. We're all in this together. We are all hot messes trying to be good moms while trying to find ourselves. And I don't know how to say this, like trying to find ourselves in the chaos and the busyness and the schedules and being the default parent a lot of the times, while also trying to have time for ourselves and feel sexy for our partners and just feel confident and beautiful in our own skin that is probably stretched and pulled and bloated and bruised and all the things. But just know, mama, you are beautiful. You are strong, and you will come out a fucking MILF. So let's wrap it up with a manifesto moment. Every mom deserves to feel like more than a milkmaid or a diaper machine. We deserve to feel beautiful. We deserve to feel strong, and we deserve to feel that MILF energy. Think of that song, Big Energy or whatever it is. So we want that MILF energy. We want to reclaim it. So the MILF Manifesto is all about rewriting what motherhood looks and feels like. So if you felt seen, you felt heard today, text this to a friend, share it with a friend, a mom friend, maybe not a mom friend, maybe just a badass woman who's looking into motherhood, and maybe text it to a friend who's like this close to throwing a sippy cup or a dino nugget that's super hot at their partner. Because we're all in this together, like I said. So subscribe, share, and buckle up, because the MILF era is just getting started. I'll see you guys next week on next week's episode. Have a good one. Bye, guys.